Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to do another video on LuxAlgo, in particular the oscillator matrix that was updated a few weeks ago. I'm a little bit behind with it, so I did a video yesterday talking about one part of it, and then today I want to go through the next part. So yesterday was the smart money flow, which I think is pretty cool. And the thing with this LuxAlgo oscillator matrix is they're saying that it's now up to date to the point where you can use this just as well as you can the actual signals that you put on top of the price charts, right? So it's quite interesting because I sort of agree, and I'll talk about that a little bit. I want to make sure you guys have access to my LuxAlgo strategy guide. It's a day trading SPY strategy that I use with the LuxAlgo indicators with all the settings that I use. Just check the link in the description below. It'll take you to this page. Just put your email in and you'll get the strategy that I've been using pretty well. Very successfully, actually, until recently when I switched to more longer term trading because I don't have the time to sit and do these day trades. But it's a really good strategy, really simple, really easy. It gives you the settings that you need if you're using LuxAlgo. If you aren't using LuxAlgo, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite programs. It's really cost effective. I'll leave a link in the description below where it'll take you to my full review of everything I'm talking about in this video and all my other LuxAlgo videos. In those reviews you can find a coupon code which is STA30 and a link that can get you 30% off any subscription to LuxAlgo. So that takes the price down to like $100 for 3 months, which is really fantastic. It doesn't get better than that, honestly, so it's really good. Anyway, let's have a look at what I'd like to talk about today. So I downloaded the LuxAlgo oscillator matrix package the other day. Did a video about the smart money flow. If you guys saw that, it was basically about these waves that you'll see on the chart that I'm about to show you. In particular, the overflow, which is this idea that the buyers are dying off quickly here and that you should see a corresponding decrease in the price action. And that's often what you see. So I don't want to talk too much about that. I just wanted to refresh you guys in case you hadn't seen the previous video so that you'll notice this in the example I'm about to show you, which is on the other part of the matrix, which is the hyperwave. So you can see there's these different parts. This is like the manual for LuxAlgo. There's these different parts to the oscillator matrix. And so I started with smart money, and today I'm going to talk about the hyperwave stuff, which is pretty interesting. So let's maximize the hyperwave. Click on here. So you'll notice here, it's talking about the overflow. That's this guy here. So if you just ignore these green waves for the time being, the part that I want to talk about today is the hyperwave, which is this green line here, turns to gray, comes down, green, gray, green, gray, 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 all the way down here. And so what this is supposed to do, according to the manual right here, is the line is a signal line. So to kind of see that it's not just a cloud. There's this cloud thing, but there's also the signal line, the actual solid line. And what it says is the hyperwave includes a signal line, allowing people to reactively detect trend directions. The area between the hyperwave and its signal line is displayed with color determined by the position of the hyperwave. So this all sounds really complicated. Basically, it comes down to these dots. So I don't know if you can see on here the dots. They're easier to see on here if we zoom in a little bit. See these little dots here. So when the dot is green and beneath the signal line, generally indicates a slight uptrend. This is very small and insignificant. But here you can see that the gray, which is above the signal line, the gray dot, let's zoom in more. The gray dot here above the signal line indicates a downtrend that went all the way down to here. And this is actually the daily chart on SPY. What's interesting here is you can see that the thing I was talking about earlier, the overflow, also has dropped off considerably at the same time. You see where the cursor's marked. And what's really cool is that in this particular case, we saw this like really obvious sell-off on SPY. You can kind of make this the opposite. And it did correspond really well. I'm trying to find the thing to pull down here. So you can see right here, The start of this recent sell-off on SPY that really caught everybody off guard was marked really well by the smart money flow overflow disappearing and this hyperwave change in momentum as well. And it worked all the way down until we get to the point which is down here, where we start to see a bounce just in the last day or two. And lo and behold, on the smart wave, you can see, trying to juggle these things is a little bit awkward. You can see a reversal signal coming in, strong big green dot. The dots are different sizes, so you can kind of ignore the small dots. The big dots are the ones that you kind of follow. And you can see that we had this uptrend, which is basically signaled by this. So on the daily, it actually works pretty well. So you can use these dots and these crossovers basically for the hyperwave. Is it the best thing ever? I don't know. Let's have a look at some of the different time frames, see if it works. I've read in here, I think that it works on longer time frames, so it may be useless on the shorter time frames. But you can see here what I'm saying. The oversold part here is this dot, this green dot, followed by the uptrend here, and that's what you're seeing like here on the screen. So again, with all these things, it's best to combine stuff. So combining that with the signals and all the other confluences, it gets kind of complicated, which is one of my pet peeves about these systems. But that's basically all there is to the turning points on the hyperwave. They do a bunch of real-time divergences. I'll talk about that another time. Divergences, I don't know, a lot of people like them, but to me, I've never really paid a lot of attention to them. But there isn't a lot more to talk about in terms of the oscillator matrix. We talked about the smart money flow, and then these hyperwave reversal signals as well. So let's have a look and see on a bigger scale, does this actually work or not? So I'm going to try and get this so that we have both of our things here. Let's see. This is always a pain for me. There we go. So you see how messy this starts to get when you have the oscillator matrix with everything on it. And so I usually try and take some of the stuff off, otherwise it just gets too overwhelming. But in this case, I'm going to go to the 1 minute and see, not the 1 minute, but I'll do the 5 minute, and see if any of these things even work. So let's just pick like here, just like zoom in. I mean, this looks solid to me. We have a gray dot here. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. Gray dot here where the cursor is. Nice sell off. Green dot here. Nice little uptrend here. Big downtrend here, signaled by the gray dot all the way down. Green dot appears. So this actually looks pretty good. Green dot right here, all the way up. So you could use this pretty nicely. From what I can see, it doesn't always work, obviously, but the smaller the dots, the less likely it is to work, apparently. So yeah, interesting stuff. You might want to think about adding it to all the other things, like the overlays. I've not put any of the overlays on here, just because it gets too cluttered. And yeah, hopefully that's interesting. So check out the hyperwave if you've got LuxAlgo. Might be useful. Might be something you want to add. Last thing I wanted to say is make sure you sign up for our free course, which is Learn How to Win 90% of Your Trades in 90 Seconds. It's a course that basically teaches you the opposite of what LuxAlgo does, right? So if you're tired of day trading, buying options, buying stocks, and having these big ups and downs in your profit loss, one thing I've been doing more and more of is selling options to collect a premium and just basically sitting back and chilling, not being glued to my computer all the time, and just basically having like a 90 or 95% chance of winning my trades. I've been doing really well with that over the last year, and I think it's something that's worth trying out. So if you want to learn, some people will charge $1,000 for a course like this. This one is completely free. You just have to put your email in, and you'll get emails with the different parts of the course, as well as the opportunity to come and join one of the trade groups, thetatraders.com, for a free trial as well, to see like what sort of stuff we do in there as well. So be good. Alright guys, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.